guys, Hannah here. Welcome to my video and to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little day in the life reading edition. I'm a pretty fresh face to the book community online. I've been reading for yonks. I remember in high school binging each of the Hunger Games books, reading one book a day. I really love Twilight, Alice in Zombieland, a deep cut, if you know, you know. And then I've been reading fan fiction since like 2012. I'd read like 300,000 word fan fictions, but I've very recently become a published book girly. So I kind of like restarted this new reading journey around this time last year. But the last month, I've gotten really into it. I've got like the second wind, I don't know. I've been really inspired by the like 24-hour readathons. I think that would be so fun, but also I'm a grandma and I can't stay up for 24 hours. I'm also a 9-to-5 girly, so I can't afford to kind of wreck my schedule like that. So instead of like a 24-hour readathon, I'm just gonna kind of like bring you along for my day and see how much I can read. It's like the beginner's edition of the 24-hour readathon. It's just like a little daily hang out with me. We'll do some reading. It is 9:37 right now. I've had a pretty slow morning, did some cleaning, very exciting stuff. But I think it's time to choose what we're gonna read. So this is my teeny tiny physical TBR stack. I've actually got most of my books in Sydney. I recently moved, or I say recently moved to Brisbane. It was a few months ago, and I'm moving to a different apartment in February, which is bigger, has a little bit more storage space. So right now, this is what I've got. Most of these books are actually from a thrift store, which I think is a bit of a slay. So I am also reading Women Don't Owe You Pretty, which I've been reading for a while. This is actually a reread. I do like to shake it up a little bit, have a fiction and a non-fiction going at the same time. This book was just like a really good reset. I have been in like a yucky mental state and I had some bad influences in my life, and I feel like this is kind of like recentering my compass a little bit, and reminding me the kind of things that I believe in, the kind of person that I am. But this reread has kind of stretched on for a few weeks and it's kind of like bringing me down. So I really want to smash out the rest of this. It's not a long book. The pages are really thick and there's lots of different like art on the pages. That's beautiful. So I don't think this will take too long to smash out. Maybe like, I don't know. I feel like I can get that done in an hour, maybe less. Also, I'm sorry, look at this cover. I will never get over how beautiful the cover is and the art in this book. I love the art in this book so much. I feel like I need it printed on my wall. I've kind of ordered these books in the order that I think I'm gonna read them. I've got this one on the side, which I picked up this Love on the Brain and Head Over Heels from the library yesterday. And I was planning on reading this one first. It's got a really nice floppy feel. Like, I don't know if I don't know if that's coming across on camera, but it is just so satisfying. And look at how beautiful and big the text is. I'm sorry. It just looks so easy to read. But then I brought it home and I looked it up on Goodreads, and it doesn't have great reviews, so I'm kind of skeptical. I'm kind of worried that if I read this, it'll send me into a reading slump. I don't really want that. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's something that I should like give it a shot, read the first little bit, and then like no pressure, I can DNF it. I'm not sure. I really don't know what to think of this book, so I might give it a shot, like a low pressure sample. It's not a book that I had like seen people talk about. I just saw it in the library. The cover looked cool. The blurb seemed fun. Depending on how that goes, whether or not I decide to read that book, if I DNF it, any of that, this is the next book that I want to read. It's Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I feel like I've heard great things about Ali Hazelwood's books. It seems really cute. Of course, the cover art was very intriguing to me. I love the colors, I love the style. From what I've heard, it's like she does a lot of like nerdy contemporary romances, which is like bang up my alley, very much my sort of thing. We love a woman in STEM. So I'm definitely keen to read this one. And okay, I promise I'm not planning on just like going through my entire TBR showing you all of these, but I just have to say the next one on the pile is tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. I actually thrifted this one, and then I started a book club, and this was the book that people voted on to read, so I'm really glad that I was able to thrift it so that I could have the physical copy for book club without having to pay an arm and a leg. I also did not realize how long this book is. It is 482 pages. That's a really long book. I did not realize how long that is. So I don't want to start it too early so that it's not fresh for book club, but also I need to give myself enough time to finish it. I've got pretty much a month until the first book club meeting, so I don't think I'm gonna start that quite yet. I think this is enough. There's no way I'd read 3 full books. I finished Archer's Voice last night, which, incredible book. I'd heard great things and I was not disappointed, but I kind of like timed myself a little bit, and I figured out I read about 60 pages an hour. So I definitely will not be reading all of this, but let's see how far we can get. Let's give it a shot. I am so excited. Let's go. The question is, do I start with Women Don't Owe You Pretty and just like bang it out? Or do I bookend it with a little bit of fiction? I think I honestly just kind of want to get this out of the way, so let's go. And after an hour-long phone call with my mum, I'm back with snacks. I finished Women Don't Owe You Pretty, and I did just take a nap. I wasn't planning on taking a nap. It's now 12:40. I feel like so much the day is already gone. I've got a doctor's appointment at 1:50, but I'm thinking I've got enough time to start one of these. I'm thinking I'm gonna start Love on the Brain. I'm just a little bit more excited by it, and honestly, given that I felt like I really had to like make myself read the last little bit of this, it was good, but it wasn't that interesting to me because it was all stuff that I kind of like already knew and believed. It was just very affirming, which I needed a few weeks ago, but is no longer what I'm looking for. Anyway, I feel like this excites me more. I think it's gonna hook me in more. So I think we'll get to read a little bit of this before I go to my doctor's appointment. Might read a little bit while I'm waiting for my doctor. Who knows? I am really excited to start my first ever Ali Hazelwood. I've heard such great things.
Been to California, never been to LA, so I'll stay home and write these songs, pretend I'll make it someday.
Just got back from the doctor's, got my shiny new battle scar on the arm there. So now I can finally really dedicate some time to this. I feel like I've been so sporadic with it so far. I'm 26 pages in. Obviously we're still kind of like world building, setting up the plot, but I'm picking up a little bit like Cinderella story vibes. Like it's like an enemies to lovers, but like online friends. You know how in, I think it's Cinderella story, they like text and they don't know that it's them. I think that's where this is heading. I think this is gonna be cute. I think it's gonna be very cute, and I am all about it. Also, when I first walked into my doctor's office, he was like, whoa, pink. And at this point, I put the book away. So I don't know if that was including the book. I was literally just wearing a pink shirt, not even wearing pink shoes. And I was just like, dude, you have no idea. This is mild. But the book does very much match the aesthetic today. I am 100% the kind of person who will be sold by a cute pink cover. I don't care what the book, whether the book is good or not. I'll buy it if it's cute. That's a lie. I do, obviously I care what the book is like inside, but like I'll be more inclined to read it and buy it if it's cute. It was also quite nice being outside of the house, I will say. It is a little bit toasty outside. I'm like quite sweaty, so I'm thinking I might wait a little bit for it to cool down and then I'll go to a park. Maybe I'll watch sunset while I read. Nothing sounds cozier than that, so it's a plan. I'm gonna get stuck into this. I'm excited. I've had my timer on for an hour. I got up to page 88. I will say I was falling asleep a little bit. I don't think that's so much to do with the book as it is to do with me. I'm really tired today. So today is Sunday. I honestly think I'm still recovering from staying up until like 1 a.m. on Friday night reading Archer's Voice. I think that's just really throwing me off. I will say, so far, I'm enjoying it. I feel like we've just started getting to the start of the romance, but I am concerned because it sounds like the male main character is a dad. I'm not big on parenthood in romance. It kind of ruins the vibe for me. If it's I had kids with someone else and now they've moved elsewhere and I don't really interact, like if we don't have to have interaction with the children in the book, then that's fine. that might be possible, but I don't want to have to deal with children in my romance. I don't hate kids. I worked with kids for many years. I used to run kids parties. Kids can be heaps of fun. I just don't want them in my romance book. So, I don't know. I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm very anxious. As long as there aren't children, I think this will be a good book. Well, that was really nice for about 15 minutes until it started getting really windy and cold. So it's about 5:30 now, and I'm frustrated because I haven't gotten as much reading done as I hoped I would. I guess that's what happens when you have things to do and like boxes to tick. Life admin that needs to get done. And you may have noticed that I have been struggling to just like sit down and focus. We can blame that on the ADHD. Sometimes when it's a day like today and I'm like kind of all over the place, I like really struggle to sit down and like read in one position, like in one place for a decent chunk of time. Other times, like I mentioned on Friday with Archer's Voice, I literally, like, you could not pry that book out of my hands. I was just like so focused on it. So that's really fun, and I am struggling with those waves as a little baby reader. She's still finding her feet. It is finally my favorite time of day. The time of day that I let myself read on my bed. Yes! I don't let myself do this too much during the day because I get so sleepy and I'll just fall asleep instead of reading. Obviously not being in bed didn't help prevent me napping today. I think I was just really tired. I didn't get enough sleep last night, blah blah blah. It's cozy over here, so it's time for me to read on bed. My dinner is in the air fryer. I'm gonna read while that cooks. What a great combo. Is 8:14. I'm currently on page 184. There are about 350 pages in this book, so I will not be finishing this book today. Or will I? No. I actually need to get to sleep. But I'm having a good time with it. I feel like there's been a lot of build-up. It's more of a slow burn than I thought it was. And they're definitely building up some drama in the like workplace. But I feel like not a lot has like happened yet, so I do feel like maybe things could be coming to a head right now. There's been a lot of miscommunication, or like not really miscommunication, just lack of communication, and the conversation that's happening right now, I feel like potentially things are going to get cleared up, which will make room for the romance. Oh, will I let myself stay awake to finish it? I shouldn't, but I might. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see how we go. Okay, so you know how I said that if I'm enjoying the book, I might stay up late, I might see how far I can get. Yeah, that was delusion because it is 9:30 and I just kind of fell asleep reading the book. I'm having a great time with the book. The romance is finally really like kicked into gear, although there's not much romance as much as it's just straight up spice, which is fine, but I'm more of a romance girly. Anyway, I'm on page 228, so thanks for coming along with me to read. It was a pretty interrupted day, which I didn't love. A lot of different things going on. My arm is getting real sore from that immunization earlier today. I don't love that, but I'm gonna go pass out. Let me know if you've got any recommendations of books you think I might like. I've got so many on my TBR. Oh, add me on Goodreads. I'll leave the link in the description. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!